Curb Appeal. Doggone it.
Welcome to Curb Appeal TV. Today we'll be talking about sales, updates on merch, everything Curb Appeal and car business related.
And like, comment, subscribe. If you haven't already, what the heck are you doing? Come on, man.
Thanks for joining us. This past weekend, I had one of my best days in the car business. Saturday, I had started my day with about 2 appointments that I'd seen, and one of them was an internet lead from the Friday before. Got in, my day started about 10 a.m. with the first appointment, and by the time I took the first appointment, I had already set up basically another 2 for repeat customers, and so my day was pretty much packed, loaded up for Saturday. First appointment comes in, drove the car that they wanted, praised their vehicle, smooth deal, showed them the numbers, they agreed, no issue, in and out about 45 minutes to an hour. And by the time I was finishing with them, my next appointment showed up on an Audi Q3 2018, shopping for their daughter. We had already worked out a deal for them prior to coming in, so they basically just needed to inspect the car, drive it, make sure everything checked out. And
Pull the trigger.
Boom, pulled the trigger.
Come on.
That one's done. And as they're finishing, leaving, I had my other customer that I had sold a car to previously come in from service, talked with him, got his car appraised, had one of my partners at work, her name is Miss Paula. She helped me with a test drive on him because she'd also been working on this customer too.
Shout out, Miss P.
Shout out, Miss Paula. And she comes back from the test drive. She's like, yeah, they love it, blah, blah, blah. Just help them get to this payment range. And for them, it was basically like low 500s with up to like 5,000 down. So looked at the numbers, 72 months, trade in plus $5,000 down. They're at like 515, 520.
Signed. Sent.
They're like, great.
Come on.
Signed off on it. Another 45 minutes, hour go by. Get them done, in and out. And they leave. And then as they're leaving, this customer I had been working on for like the whole week prior. She had visited with us the weekend before and couldn't commit to a deal, kept trying to negotiate, couldn't get anywhere. And she's like, hey, she sends me an email. She's like, hey, I'm like 5 minutes out. I'll be there soon. See you in a second. By the time I was replying to her email, she had walked into the building. And they're calling my name. I'm like, oh. So I walked up to her, showed her the car we'd been already negotiating on. And she's like, hey, I have a trade-in, which she had left out completely before. So appraised the trade, worked on her deal, negotiated like another maybe $700 on her trade-in, and got that deal done.
Boom. Come on.
Boom. Come on.
Another one.
Yep. And earlier that morning, Saturday,
Another one.
I had claimed an internet lead on a Miata. There was a generalized lead, didn't have a specific stock number or anything. Most of the time, those type leads are not the best as far as being fruitful in a short period of time. So he had responded, and him and his wife showed up looking to trade in their 2013 Miata with like 20,000 miles for a brand new 2023 soft top Grand Touring. They wanted particularly red on black, so had them drive one that was here. They wouldn't agree to anything that we had here on the lot, and got them to commit to a deal on a locate, accepted a deposit, and we'll have the car probably for them later this upcoming week. And what is that, total 5 deals from Saturday.
Cinco.
Yeah. And I had, at the end of the day, one more customer walk in. This was maybe 5:30. Also Miata guy. Couldn't get him closed. But by the time I finished talking with him, it was already the end of the day. So we clocked out and went home as a happy salesperson.
Nice little 5-car Saturday.
Nice little 5-pounder.
little nickel piece.
Yeah. That's probably one of my best days ever in the car business. 4 total on the road, and 1 deposit for a locate on a new car.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Come on.
How was your Saturday?
My Saturday was not as eventful, but I did manage to squeeze out 1 car.
Tell me about it.
Wasn't nothing crazy. Customer came in, and it was a car that we have coming in. We don't have that many new cars in stock, and a lot of the cars that we have sold are pre-sold.
Yeah, right now.
So it was mostly like a pre-sale. Agreed on terms, everything. Customer was leasing.
Okay.
And got a deposit, and she will wait for her vehicle to arrive.
How far out do you think the car is?
Hopefully the first week of July.
So if everything goes well with logistics.
Yeah.
Those of y'all in the car business and the work in sales and maybe construction or lumber or anything related to building materials know how it's going right now. And in previous past months with shortage of inventory, costs, and even just the logistics of getting stuff to us or from us to the customer can be tricky sometimes too.
Yeah, and my day started off, before I even got to work, 8 a.m. sharp. with a text of a customer that was supposed to pick up the M4 that I sold.
Yeah, tell them about this.
Yeah, and unfortunately wanted to back out on the deal.
But tell them about how he even got to the deal. You'd been working them for like...
Been working him for a while. Agreed on the pricing. He put in his credit app, got him approved, got him the rate that he wanted, got him the payment, deposit, everything. Everything is set, 100%. He said he's going to be coming the day before. Called and got the payoff the night before. Everything is 100%
set,
text
ready
me
to go.
8 a.m. So, I thought about it, this, that, and the other.
Very next day.
After he signed a deposit form that is 100% non-refundable.
Yeah, it's an agreement to purchase.
In black and white,
Yep.
fine print, signed on the dotted line.
Yeah. Now the unfortunate thing about that is, if you lose the deal, the dealership still gets the deposit towards their total net, but we lose the deal as a salesperson and get nothing. They don't even buy us lunch. You know what I mean? So that's it's an unfortunate start to Saturday, but then,
yeah, just kept it moving. You know what I'm saying? You can't let things like that, setbacks like that, you worry about that too much. Because if you sit there and worry about one single deal for the whole day, your whole day is shot. You got to always be looking for that next one. And if you have a lot of things working at the same time, you're not really worried about the ones that you do lose, which happen occasionally, not very often, but it is what it is.
Yeah, always move forward as efficiently and as fast as you can to the next task at hand. We talked about that in the last podcast too, but it's true every day, no matter what you do, whether you're in car sales or real estate.
Yeah, actually happened to you during this week. I know you had one day where you're kind of slumped.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling it.
You're like, I'm not really feeling it, and you're like, I've been doing this, and this. I'm like, dude, trust the process.
Yeah, this was probably Friday before
I
Saturday.
was like, literally, trust the process. You have your power list, things that you need to do. Don't slack on them, and it'll come. Trust me, it will come.
Yeah,
and sure enough, it came.
Yeah, by the end of that Friday, I had sold one car, set up a couple of appointments for that Saturday where I sold the 5 cars, and
it came up on 5 car deals, man.
Yeah, the harder you work, the luckier you get. So keep your head down and keep moving.
Shout out Elon Musk for the quote. You know who said that?
I don't know. Shout out us.
Yes. Certainly, I'd like to thank us for doing this every single day for the past
2 months now almost.
We got 2 months.
We're 5-6 days away from 2 months in. Basically over 200,000 views now across all social media.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys. On YouTube, we got up to 110K in under 2 months as far as views, and a bunch of engagement, comments, likes, people sharing too is awesome to see.
70K on Facebook and TikTok. We're almost at 30K.
Yeah.
And IG.
Probably 50, 60,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we appreciate everybody watching. You get any ideas or topics y'all may want to hear us talk about, or you'd be interested in knowing more about, please comment below or feel free to send us an email. We'll be happy to talk with you guys. Well, what else going on recently, Phil?
Just trying to think, man.
Anything you may have learned this month from dealing with customers or losing customers or whatever it may be?
Yeah, no, I want to make a special shout out. Shout out our GM. I won't name names because, should we name names?
I think probably keep his name private until he decides to be on the podcast.
Decides to be on. Yeah. But shout out our GM. He's the man. He sets an example for us every day. I learned a few things from him this month specifically.
What'd you learn?
I was working a deal with somebody at the tower, and he was there, and somebody behind the tower, I don't know if it was a vendor or something, was asking him, "Why aren't you on the lake or on a boat or doing this?" Because I know other GMs are
chilling,
doing this, that, and the other, and you're here, and like, why are you here? And literally the response he says, if I'm not the in a nutshell, I'm going to summarize it because it was probably a lot longer than that, and don't have a photographic memory to be able to quote it word for word, but I'm going to try my best. If I don't set the example, if I'm not the example I expect out of my people, what kind of leader am I?
I
thought that was pretty profound, and it just makes me even more motivated to go kick some butt for him. And yeah, that's one of the things that I learned.
Yeah, that is really good. And touching on that too, the GM that we have is somebody that's there basically every day, and even sometimes on his off days or on Sundays when he really doesn't have to be there. And
overall, great guy.
Yeah, great guy.
Do anything he needs to do to help you. Has conversations with his people, see what's going on in their lives and their personal lives, see what they need in order to be successful for them in the business. And he is friendly when he wants to, when he needs to be friendly, and he's also very professional and stern when he needs to be professional and stern.
Yeah.
He holds the managers accountable. He holds us accountable. Everybody equally. And I really like that about him. There's really not any fakeness with him. It's 100% real, and you will want to tell you how it is 100% of the time,
Yeah.
always,
Off
no
the-
matter who's talking to him.
Off the hip at any time.
It could be the president of the United States. He's going to tell you to your face what it's like, what it is, be 100% real. I respect that.
And I have a great appreciation for that man too, because he's put me and Phil and all the top performance salespeople in a spot to make a really nice living for ourselves with how he's organized our CRM, our access to customers, access to different type leads that are in the system, as well as giving us a great pay plan to work off of.
It just makes life super easy, very enjoyable for us. It makes the work environment that much better. It makes it feel like not a job. You know, sometimes we argue like a big family, we make up, but like, I don't know. He's constructed a culture in that business that it's very hard to match, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's fair to see.
I don't think that any other dealerships, and I could be wrong, but I don't think, in my opinion, any other dealerships are as close to each other as we are there. Like, we do we're like, I don't know if he told you, but he rented out a whole bowling alley.
Yeah,
like,
tell me about that. It's kind of cool
like,
here.
We got it coming up. It's, I don't know, massive place, right? And it's going to be super cool. It's not like this speakeasy. You got to like call, answer the phone booth or whatever.
Yeah.
I know it's like a high-end spot, right? Renting out the whole thing. We're going to have like a whole team building exercise. Kind of have like a work party. But like, it's funny because like, we really, like, even outside of work, we kind of hang out with each other because we just like hanging out with each other. You know, it's not one of those things where you, like, want to escape from work. And you like the people you work with in work and doesn't feel like work, and you like hanging out with them outside of work, which makes it, when you're in work, a work environment that you enjoy being in. Good, like you're just hanging out with your buddies and your friends, and you're just doing, like, you know, doing your thing. But, you know, when it comes time to business, you take care of business, and then otherwise, like, you know, we learn a lot from each other.
Yeah, it's nice to show up and enjoy, you know, looking forward to work. And even if it's a slow day, you have people that are there to help you, willing to, you know, listen to what you're going through or what you're working on, and help you reach your goals. And, you know, people that are really open-minded versus, you know, I'm sure some of y'all that are in the business or in sales in general, going to a sales manager that doesn't want to hear nothing about anything, shutting down everything before it even has time
just
to
being
develop.
super negative, not like open to anything, and like not open to trying new things. And like I know with, like, at least with our general manager, he's always signing up for something different and trying new things and different types of training, and signing up for new things, and always just keeping it fresh for us, getting new tools, spending a lot of money on tools that makes our life a lot easier, experimenting with tools.
Yeah, one of the tools that I've been leaning into recently, and we talked about it briefly last podcast. It's a tool called Automotive Mastermind, and it allows you to keep track of your sold customers in a much more organized way than trying to go through a whole log of, you know, 3-4 years of people, plus, you know, even for people like Phil and others that have been in the business longer. So you can organize your customer base by likelihood to trade in. It tracks information across like Auto Trader, dealer website, service, basically any type customer information that you can get that's going to help you sell a car. It all has it all in one place. We're not sponsored by them, but we do use their tool. So if you're in a dealership, I recommend...
Shout out Automotive Mastermind.
Yeah, I recommend getting set up for that or looking further into it, because it has been very useful for me. And that was one of the things that allowed me to have that 5-car day this past Saturday, because I'd been going through, clicking on the notifications, seeing the people that were maybe towards the end of their lease or coming into service recently or upcoming service. Also, it tells you who's opened the campaign letters. They get sent out via email, and they come in the physical mail too. So if you see that, you know, that they've opened it, it's a good time to call them or maybe send them another message. But definitely has helped me, especially recently. And, you know, that I think will set us apart versus people that have been in the business longer that maybe forget about their customers or aren't as active with follow-up and staying in touch. It really is a relationship business.
And that's another thing about our culture, dude. Like, with our customers as well, they feel like family when they come into the dealership too. They come in, they hug us, they bring us gifts, and it's just like that environment, similar to, you know, the company culture. And we have a lot of customers that refer us other customers and really enjoy the experience. And we might even invite some of the most of our good customers, our best customers, to
probably
the company gathering.
Yeah, probably see some of them folks
yeah,
there
probably
too.
see them there too. So everybody just likes hanging out. It's like the hangout spot, but you're there to take care of business, buy a car, maybe, for sure.
If you meet one of us, you should be buying a car.
Yeah. You will buy a car if you meet one of us, no doubt. Yeah. You'll be leaving in something.
Yeah. But
in some wheels or a coffin. One or the other.
No.
You either buy or you die.
Buy or die. Oh gosh, it's on the right above the door as you walk in.
Oh yeah.
But I'm proud of us, the work we put in as far as Curb Appeal action on social media, the merch we've been doing.
Shout out merch.
Yeah.
Woo! Look at this. New Curb Appeal merch.
Been making new designs every week. Got some new products going up too.
Smell that?
It smells like designer.
Smells like.
Did you know that? I'm not even joking.
Not from worms.
But there's some new products on there too. We got a couple cool designs that have gone up, and
more to come.
And some
stay tuned.
And some I guess the best way to put it is kind of lifestyle type accessories and items. We'll have canvases going up with car designs, exotic vehicles and settings, so you can decorate your home, garage. Have some cool flags we'll make for you, and then a couple things that I think will do really well is these transparent LED light up stands that you can have featuring silhouettes of cars. We'll have one for the logo, but for y'all that are watching, and
like, comment, and subscribe again,
and make sure to go visit the website to catch out. Get yourself dressed up in some of the merch, and show your friends and family as you go to events, and
then show their friends and family, and their friends and family show their friends and family, and then before you know it, you have a cycle of Curb Appeal merch.
Boom, that's the funnel right there. But thanks for.
I want to be the astronaut that puts the Curb Appeal flag on Mars.
Oh, jeez.
I want to be that guy. I'm gonna be the first guy to put a Curb Appeal flag on Mars.
I'm gonna go put one on the Titanic.
Shout out Ocean Gate.
R.I.P. Too soon. But
yeah, do you think that would have happened if they had like adaptive cruise control or something in there, like autopilot?
If it would have been Mazda built, would have been back already.
Yeah, no doubt. I think I think if Ocean Gate would have put a 6.7 Power Stroke inside of the machine, then it wouldn't have been an issue.
Gosh.
They would have just hit the gas, rolled some coal underwater. It would have found a pocket for them to float up and
make the safety.
Make a clean getaway.
What's on the agenda for the rest of the week? You got anything going on?
Oh man, last week of the month. Come on.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So
last week of June. Start off.
Dude, let's talk about my customer today.
Oh yeah, this is okay. So we talked about this as we were driving over here.
So
Tell them about it.
Dude, I had a customer and they came in.
Well, they walked in, right? It was just fresh off the street.
Came in, loved the car.
What car?
It was dude, I had a customer come in and they wanted to look for a car for their daughter, and we looked at a CX-5 and a CX-30, and we drove both of them. And I know for sure they liked the CX-30. Okay. And we went over the numbers, everything was good. And she was concerned about the interest rate. Okay, no problem. Give me your credit. Do the credit application. And she's telling me about how good her credit is.
What did she think her credit was before?
600.
And she thought it was what before?
850.
Jesus Christ.
Sadly mistaken.
That's a big jump.
Yeah.
And it went from her complaining about roughly like a 10% rate or so?
Yeah, from whatever the estimated payment rate is to a 14.10% buy rate.
Gosh.
Unfortunately, she did not leave the car yet, but she will buy a car, 100%. She did have one of her bureaus frozen, so we do have to get that taken care of, but there's still a chance.
Still a chance.
And we got her approved.
Yeah.
So
just got to get it closed out, make sure customers on board with everything that they're signing up for, which in Georgia can be no higher than 29.9%. Something like that, right?
Yeah.
But haven't seen that myself personally.
Yeah. Oh man.
But that's the trials and tribulations of the car business. People showing up ready to buy and telling y'all basically everything lining up to make a deal happen, and you do an application and you get smacked in the face by a score that's 200 points lower than
see what had happened was
what they said they thought they had.
Yeah. Was not actually what they thought they had.
So how are you going to continue to stay on top of that deal? How do you think you can get it done?
How do I think I can get it done? We got them approved. Worst case they can do worst that can happen is finance keep working on it and then get them a better rate tomorrow, which will probably be the most likely scenario.
Yeah, and it takes roughly 6+ months to build up credit if needed.
No,
It takes more than that.
Yeah. I would say probably 8 months to a year.
Yeah. So if it really does come down to credit and time frame, they either got to bite the bullet on the interest or build it up and wait it.
Exactly. Cool thing is you don't marry the rate. You're not married to the rate.
Yeah, you get
Right.
early payoff, no penalty, simple interest loans.
Yeah, you're not married to the rate. If the rate is high now, your credit goes up, you can get a better rate or a new car.
Yeah, and that's one way to help customers and get more car deals too, especially if you have somebody with fair to challenge credit, is helping them understand the opportunity that it allows them, that they do have an approval and they can pay it down and be in a better position to get a maybe newer car at a lower rate or maybe even qualify for special interest. And that's one thing Andy Elliott talks about too, right?
Yeah. One of the goats of the sales training game, in my opinion. I would even go as far as saying, for automotive specifically, he is stronger than Grant Cardone.
I think he's more involved now, as far as what I see on his socials versus Grant. Grant seems to be doing more
Real estate.
real estate, of course, too, commercials, all that. And you see him doing a lot of promotions for.
His marketing agency is massive.
Yeah.
And his real estate portfolio is like insane as well.
He's a $1 billion boy now.
He's he's on the he's in the Billy Club for sure.
Yeah.
Faux show. Shout out GC.
Shout out Grant Cardone. I've learned
Uncle G.
I've learned a lot from his
The
videos.
OG. Yeah, man. I took his I actually took his course when I first started in the business.
And that was
at Cardone U.
And you were at Cadillac at that time, or
I was at another Mazda store. Yeah. And I took his course and learned a lot from that course. The course was great.
what do you think?
That's a great sales training course. Shout out Andy Elliott, of course, if you're in the automotive industry and you need some sales training. Andy Elliott is the way to go.
Yeah.
No questions asked. That is the man for automotive sales training in modern times, in my opinion.
Maybe as we grow too, we can maybe have a course for people.
And another underrated sales trainer as well, one of GC's proteges, George Stupar. Shout out George Stupar.
Yeah, he's doing great too.
Dude, that man's got some heat when it comes to sales training.
Yeah.
I have his course as well.
There's a lot to learn. Anybody that's out there, going through the process like us.
Yeah, and it's we talk about sales training, but it's super important because when you talk about sales, it's like a gym it's like a muscle that you have to work out at the gym.
Yeah, it's never ending.
It's never ending. So you just like you go to the gym to train, lose the fat or make sure the muscle stays on. You got to make sure that sales muscle is strong and ready to work every single day. And the only way to do that is to train every single day. How do you expect to have an objection counter or exactly know what to say if you're not practicing for it? The pros practice, and if you want to be a pro and you want to make a lot of money, you got to practice as well. Is it tedious? Is it annoying? Yeah, maybe. But it's what is required to be a high-achieving individual. You have to train. You have to practice. You got to do it on a daily basis, no matter what. And that's it. There's no questions asked. If you want to make it in this industry or any industry, you got to practice. Not going to fall in your lap. I'm tired of people fucking complaining about, oh, you're like, I had a coworker come to me the other day, and she was like, you're so lucky. You only get lucky. You get.
You don't want to.
I want you out of my face.
You don't want to be around those type people. Again, similar to how we talked last time. People in your immediate circle, even if they're not your friend, but in that immediate environment, it does make a difference. So, like me and Phil typically will work on stuff.
Yeah,
and then get to our own.
Dude, that's another thing. Like if I'm feeling down, I want that guy to come up or girl, whatever, to come up to me and put me back up. Like I want people like, if I'm feeling good, to make me feel even slightly better than the way I'm feeling. I want to be feeling 100% all the time, and I want to go kick some butt, take some names, make some money, make some sales. And that's it.
Yeah,
come on.
That's that heat.
2023 is about me, baby.
About
Monets.
Money, merchandise, curb appeal,
personal development, fitness,
car sales,
all of it. We want it all. I don't want to leave nothing on the table. Like people say I work too much. No, you don't work enough.
Yeah.
All right. If you're worried about how you're feeling and you're kind of anxious, and this is because you're not busy enough, bro. Go get busier.
That's
go
facts.
find some things to do. Stop complaining and get it done.
One thing I heard recently, I think it was in either listening to like David Goggins or
Stay Hard,
or I think Brandon Carter too. It was talking about how like if you're really feeling down, depressed, or just out of whack, there's no better cure for it than like hitting the gym or exercise Because if you're really working on yourself as much as you should be, it's hard to be in a place where you're really not feeling it, or you are where you're at now as a sum of all your thoughts and actions up to this point. So if you want to be in a better spot, change your thoughts and your actions.
If you're not there yet, the cool thing is you have a lot of room to grow. You'll enjoy the process. There's nothing more satisfying than getting out of your comfort zone and getting it done, even when you don't feel like it, and you look back and you're like, wow, I'm so glad I got it done.
Well, and one thing too, like say like if we wake up tomorrow and we're at like 1 million subs, I wouldn't feel as like gratified or as satisfied with the work that we put in if it just like happened overnight. I wouldn't feel like we actually worked for it.
It'll feel natural.
Yeah,
It'll feel natural because we put in the steps and the work, and we have the skills and knowledge to be at that position that we want to be in. All right, if you're not where you want to be, it's because you don't have the skills and knowledge to be there, and you wouldn't be able to handle somebody handing you where you want to be instantly because you don't have the skills and knowledge to maintain that whatever it is for a long amount of time. You have to go through the suck in order to be successful. All right, that's where you're gonna learn all the good skills. It's not lonely at the top; it's lonely in the middle.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Well, thanks for joining us today, on the Curb Appeal Studio podcast.
Do us a solid, all right? Just tell a friend, share the show. It means a lot to us, and I promise you, we'll be in a place where we can give back, and we'll continue to give value here as much as we can, for as long as we can, because we got your back for life. Curb Appeal TV.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Peace.
Bye.